No, that's your American name.
Zhenya.
Jenyan, okay.
Yeah, like Jean.
Yeah. My name is John.
Oh, your name is Jean?
Johan is John
My
in
name
French
is Zhenya.
too.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so
it.
do you say, my name is Johnny when you introduce yourself?
Yeah, when I order something, like some food somewhere, I will say, oh, I'm John. Because I don't want to spell the name Johan and text
Where in France are you from?
South of France in Marseille.
Marcel.
Yeah,
It's beautiful down.
Marseille?
Everybody knows Marseille.
Yeah, of
Everybody
course.
knows,
The team,
nobody likes
the team.
them.
Really? Why?
No, the
I'm
team.
from Paris.
You're from Paris?
Marseille.
You hate your friend, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I hate his
Oh
city.
my God.
I love this guy, but the city
You're like,
itself,
I hope a
That's
shark
jealous.
gets him, right?
No.
No, I'm joking. You guys
I
look
hope the
good.
sharks at his city.
I got no sharks. Beautiful city.
We're gonna cut
beautiful
all that
team.
out. We need you guys to be united.
No, we are united.
We'll have friends. But anyway, thanks for visiting our beautiful California. Welcome.
Thanks.
I'm going to ask a simple question and you answer in whichever way you want to answer.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to support Ukraine right now?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, definitely.
And I think France is supporting Ukraine right now. I like what your president has said. You guys are really like towing the line. But you know, we over here not as much, not always. And it's kind of sad for us. But I'm really like interested in your opinion over there. What do people say about Ukraine? What do people say about Russia, about that war over there?
Well, first of all, you know, from a French perspective, we are a lot closer to the war, so we are more connected to what happens in Ukraine in terms of, we understand the fear. You know, we can feel a little bit the fear because it's closer to us than here in the United States. It feels like a far away war, right? So there is fear that the war would expand further, you know, because Ukraine is not that far, then it can expand quickly, and so I
plus
think that's
Russia is always saying that they can go further. Like,
I mean, we need to show very strong support to make sure that they understand that they cannot like go further and that there's some sense of unity. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole like NATO.
That's why, yeah,
and
that's
making sure that the countries are like fighting together and like actually defending themselves together is extremely important to make sure that there's a strong message saying you cannot just invade a country and have no repercussions. It's very important.
absolutely.
otherwise that's a sign that you can continue and, you know, you can have a chance with other places, so it has to stop before Ukraine, right?
For sure.
That's
Have
what
you
I think.
heard that? And I apologize because you know I speak Russian. I watch Russian television right now. I actually heard this on Russian television. They said, you know, if we want to, in 2 hours' time, our tanks can be in Paris. Have you heard that?
Never heard of
heard that.
Never heard that?
I,
They like to say that they're boasting that you know they've been to Paris before during like Tsar's times, like Kutuzov, you know, and Suvorov, you know, Russian, and they're very proud that they've been to Paris and they'll be back there. You haven't heard that?
I mean, they also said that they were gonna invade Ukraine in just a week and be done, and it's
Right.
been going on for what, like 2 years, 3 years already.
Yeah.
So I feel like to some extent, it's more complicated than just like being there in just a few hours.
But the United States these days are trying to save Russia. Do you think that's okay?
Do you think they're trying to save Russia?
Well, Donald Trump said that he's trying to save Russia, and if he wasn't doing that, Russia would be in a big trouble.
Saving in what kind of sense? Because they're not supporting Russia.
I don't know which sense he means, but Donald Trump said, I've done a lot to save Russia, and if I haven't done that, Russia would be in big trouble. Well, he stopped sending weapons to Ukraine. He stopped sharing military intelligence with Ukraine. He keeps giving Putin 2 weeks. Every week he gives Putin 2 weeks. He stopped sanctions on Russia. He did not impose tariffs on Russia and North Korea, only two countries.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing a lot to save Russia right now. So French people don't know that Trump is doing all those things?
I mean, we know, but
we know that is less into having an active role in the Ukraine-Russian war. But as like we would not say that he is trying to save Russia, but I think he has another view of how the war should go, at least the involvement of the United States in that war. And I think in France, I don't know. I don't want to talk to for all the French people, but I think we do not really agree with the way he decided to handle that. To just speak for myself, the way he handles war. I think it's more a calculation from a United States point of view. Now, I'm not sure I'm not sure the decision he makes are for saving anybody. It's just for the stake of the United States from his point of view.
Right.
Well, I do not agree with the way he wants to handle that, but I don't think it's about saving Russia. It's more a way to say to Russia, I guess. I don't know. I cannot speak for him. I haven't seen this statement, but yeah.
For sure. What do people say in Paris about Ukraine?
I mean, still they are behind Ukraine.
Right.
I feel like the majority of the population is behind Ukraine, and that's for sure. And they definitely want support, and they want the support to keep going. And I think they also realize that they actually have to kind of rebuild the arsenal and rebuild the military, because I think that there was a realization in France, Germany, and other countries that we used to have to rely on the US so much, and you realize that with Donald Trump and his policy and his politics, it's probably not as much support as we thought we were gonna get. So there's definitely been some plans to increase funding for the army, and I mean, as part of NATO, I think every country has to have at least 2 or 3% of the GDP in the army, and quite a lot of countries did not have that. So they also came to realization that they have to do more to be able to defend themselves without necessarily as much support from the US.
Do you guys catch a lot of Russian propaganda, a lot of Russian influence, Russian talking points in Europe?
From the news I follow, no. From the TV, all that, no, not much.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Russia is actively influencing everything in Europe. They invested about $1 trillion in influencing just the information space in Europe, because Russia thinks it's very important, because European countries are democratic, and if they can influence regular people in France, in Germany, you will pull out your support from Ukraine, you will allow Russia to do what it wants to do. So Russia is investing trillions of dollars, and even if you don't know about this, you have heard Russian talking points. They buy politicians, they buy bloggers. They pay bloggers lots of money, Russians, if the bloggers will say something that Russia wants them to say. And it's crazy to me, because people here are the same way. They live here in United States, and they think, oh, we've never heard Russian propaganda. We don't ever hear it, but you actually hear it every day. You may not even know about it. That's what I was trying to say,
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for your support. Stay strong over there, and may Russian tanks never reach beautiful city of Paris and Marcel. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, and support for you.
Please follow my Instagram, okay? Because I'm gonna putting these videos out there.